Hey, welcome to New Show Plus. Wow, we done did it again. We got a great show coming up for you. I'm Leo Vader. We got Janet Garcia here.
Hello.
Jeff Marchiafava.
That's me.
And Kelsey Lewin, owner and proprietor, co-owner and co-proprietor of Pink Gorilla Games. What's your title?
Yeah, sounds right. I've never used the word proprietor, but
you propriet, surely.
Why not? Yeah.
Surely you propriet. We vote every week, Backstage Pass patrons do, on New Show Plus. This week they voted for us to do a little trivia with Kelsey's behind-the-scenes information access. Store knowledge like statistics on what's been sold the most, what's been sold the least. The banned list of customers.
Ooh, sure.
Yes. But you're saying you don't have a master combination stat list of every store.
It's just a little complicated. So I've been playing around with our point of sale, which in the past I've been a little bit more precious about not speaking too much to like the services we use, but I think like the point of sale we use it's pretty obvious if you know what it is because they print their stickers, their inventory tags in a very specific format. So I don't think it's a secret. We use something called Fulcrum, and I'm sure they'll love me saying this, but it's fine. It's a perfectly fine point of sale. There's no good ones. There's no amazing ones. At least not that can do multi-store stuff. So this is what works the best for us, and I've got some quibbles with it, but specifically with some of their reporting because it can be a little bit difficult to pull some of this information, but I like looking at it and it's fun.
Interesting. Yeah. Are we just going to be going off your flagship Seattle store, or is it easy to jump around and see if our answers are right for any of the stores?
Super easily. Yeah, we've got 3 stores in Seattle. The one that typically has the highest volume / sales is the University District one. It's the second store if you're counting, but it is the one with the highest square foot imprint, and probably the highest traffic, although that one's probably, it's close. But Vegas is giving it a run for its money, or at least it definitely did in the first couple of months. So we can definitely look at the Vegas store as well. Or if you want to look at the smallest store, the International District store, we can look at that too.
Right on.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Chat was curious. Point of sale, just to clarify, sales software? ? That was in chat.
It's an inventory management / what we sell, like how we sell the item. So if someone comes up with a copy of Mario, there's a barcode on it that's been printed by this software with a specific inventory tag, and we scan that, and it's like, oh, that is $7, and then it adds the tax, and then that's how we, then we take the payment and it records it all, and that's how we kind of keep all of our finances and inventory and everything straight.
Apparently chat is getting banned for saying POS in Twitch chat. That's funny.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Careful with
you
that.
Can't say POS?
Just kidding. Yeah, it just gets censored.
Oh,
it's piece of sale, so
right.
So, yeah.
POS has
Point of sale.
Chat wants to know, like the cat that's lurking specifically says, I want to know if the most sold in Las Vegas is the same as like one of the Seattle locations, for instance.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you already mentioned the we know the most sold one is Wii Sports from the Seattle location because that was in the episode last.
No, you know what? That was again.
No, that was. Oh, okay.
So I am going to see. I mean, the most sold item is going to certainly be like keychain. That is going to be the most sold item because that's just what we have so many of. But
it's hard to imagine that being wrong. It's hard to imagine anything besides Wii Sports.
Yeah, but I want to see what we can do here, and this seems like it's starting to break if you go back too far. So let's see what we can do here. Someone ask me an easier question while this is loading.
Oh yeah, we definitely have easier ones. I didn't want to inundate you with stuff from chat where you're like doing that, but someone just asked like, which store like are you like most likely to be at if they wanted you to see them spend money at your store? What store would they go to?
The University District store, usually Monday through Friday. I do bounce around a little bit, but I spend at least some time at the University District store almost every day.
Nice. And you'll sign your book if they have it.
It
or
will.
They buy it from you also.
Yeah.
Do all the copies you have in your store, are they already signed, or do you just kind of like leave them as
no,
is?
I
like
keep
if someone
a couple
asks to sign
signed.
it.
Would you have the answer for this, Kelsey, from Mystical Odyssey? What sells out quickest, GameCube games or N64?
Ooh, sells fastest. I mean,
If
I
and
feel
we
like
we would guess on it
anecdotally-
before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What do you get?
If you have the answer.
I think it's got to be GameCube. I feel like people love that cube. I will say, and I think the games, because they are the Wii is backwards compatible. Because I know whenever I shop for a GameCube, the store owner is always like, "You could just get a Wii, and that makes more sense." And I'm like, I hate the Wii, and I don't want it. So I did. It doesn't matter. None of this makes sense. I could emulate all of this. If I wanted to make sense, I would not do any of these things. But to that end, I think if it was like the console was involved, that would get murky. But and also the Wii's so popular, so I feel like that would be
Double
there. I think
dipping.
a lot of people are playing their GameCube games on their Wii and having the time of their lives.
I'm also wondering how it affects this, and I might be wrong about this, but N64 games being more expensive. I feel like, at least from what we just saw at the convention of for sale, the prices for some N64 games are a lot higher than any of the GameCube games I saw. So it's like, do they move less volume for that reason,
Also
or are they higher
smaller-
priced because they get sold more?
I believe a significantly smaller library, especially if we were just sticking to North America, like the full North American collection of N64. Kelsey, I'm sure you know, it's like what 150 or 60. It's like really small.
Yeah, it's I think a little under 200 is my
Granted, like,
recollection. But the GameCube
people that are
library
just-
is not big either.
Yeah, and it's not like you're playing all of those games unless you're trying for it to go for a full set. You're not buying all those games. You're mostly just buying the same couple ones.
There's way more GameCube games than I thought there were.
The question is, sells out quickest. So
Also, real quick, Leo, I think it's fascinating that your perspective is that N64 games are more expensive than GameCube games, and that's based on what you saw this weekend. I think on average GameCube games are far higher than N64 games, at least the popular ones. You're looking at like let's just compare Mario Kart, for instance. So something, if chat wants to play along a little bit here, a really quick, easy site for getting a good idea about what things are worth. It is not a perfect site, but it's a useful tool. It's called pricecharting.com. And if you the reason I say it's not perfect is because anything with very low sales numbers is going to be they're kind of making some stuff up with it, but it is in theory giving an aggregate of all of the ones that have sold and kind of giving you the average. So Mario Kart Double Dash, right now it says that complete in the box it goes for about $65, and without the box it goes for $52.53. Obviously we don't get quite this granular at the store because that would be annoying. And then Mario Kart 64 is more like 40 for without the box, and of course with the box, because it's a cardboard box that no one saved, that's more expensive at like 120 or so. But I would say in general the kind of the games that came out on both, like a Mario Tennis game is on both the GameCube and the N64, and the GameCube one's always more expensive.
It shows what a evil person I am that it surprises me that the game goes for so much without the box, because the box is what your collection is. Nobody pulls it out to open it up and see that the game's in there. It's you got the box on the shelf and now it's in your collection.
Yeah, but people love Double Dash, so they still buy that one to play.
That's true. We have it in our living room at all times.
I've almost only ever bought games to play them. I collect very, 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 very few things. Like if it's a game I really love and I see it in box, like that could be cool. Like I did buy an in-box copy of Mario 64, and that was like more to have than to play. But that's like a rarity. I actually mostly buy loose.
The question is, what sells out quickest, GameCube games or N64? I'm gonna lean GameCube. Or no,
Well,
N64.
64 because there's less. So yeah. So then in N64.
It sells out quickest. I think the product gets moved versus GameCube collectors are niche people, if that's fair to say. That's my theory. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Theory.
Jeff, you got a theory? Throw out?
I'm just so old that it's personal bias, and I'm just going to say N64, and I'm just going to chalk it up to personal bias.
Okay. GameCube stuff sells much faster.
Wow.
Wow.
There's exceptions to it, of course. I mean, a copy of Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64 is going to sell faster than like Wave Race Blue Storm on the GameCube. But especially if we're looking at just the systems, GameCube systems sell a lot faster. And Janet, you are completely right. And I am one of those Game Store owners. It's like a Wii is literally cheaper and more reliable, and I can fix it easier. And everything about it is the better thing to buy.
But where's the handle?
The shape is so pleasing.
Like, oh. Yeah, they're like, but I want the GameCube. I'm like, that's
question.
Fine. But
it is better on an objective standpoint, but shape-wise, you still taking Wii because it's slimmer? Because I love that little cube.
I mean, it takes up less space, but you're obviously correct that aesthetically,
if they made a GameCube shaped Wii, maybe then we'd be starting to cook with something.
Just walking around that vendor hall at Really Rad Weekend, I was like, I'm so much more nostalgic than I thought it would be, just for like holding a Game Boy Color cartridge or for holding an Xbox 360 Platinum Hit, you know? And the Wii should theoretically be right in that wheelhouse, but that system, just looking at the box, the system itself, does not do anything for me, oddly. The Wiimote, great. A lot of Wii games, great, but the box is a weird one.
I can finally sort of answer the question about best-selling item, at least for the last month. It starts crashing if I start trying to do further than a month, unfortunately. Do we delete all of the keychains and the Pokemon cards from this list? Because that's what the whole like top 10 is.
Yes.
Probably.
But as you do that, why don't you speak a little bit on what that's like to have to inadvertently become a Pokemon card selling business?
Yeah, it's definitely become. I mean, so to be clear, we don't sell singles because I consider that both risky and something I'm not an expert in, which makes it even riskier because I'm not an expert. But we do have a lot of demand. We've always sold English Pokemon cards, even when they were not popular. 11 years ago or whatever. But they have been obviously having a bit of a moment. You've probably noticed that you cannot buy Pokemon cards anywhere anymore, at least not English product, that it's all kind of gone the second it hits the shelves. They've taken to some pretty strange and I don't know how effective measures. I don't know. Do you guys have in Minneapolis or LA, do you have those Pokemon vending machines? Where they're like the actual Pokemon company ones, not like a scalper vending machine.
I haven't seen
I've
them.
never seen one, but I'll Google around and see if that's a thing.
We have them in a lot of like grocery stores and stuff here. And they've started putting like time limits on the products. So the machine will have products in it.
Yes, we do.
But you can only buy one item every like 30 minutes. Like it will not let you purchase another item even though it's full of the product, because people just stand there and buy all the product and then resell it.
Wow.
So we've started carrying a lot of...
That goes by, like, is it looking at your card and knows that, or...
No, it's the machine. Literally is like...
Just
facial...
Just like one pack, and then it will be like, nope, everybody come back in half an hour?
Yep.
Wow.
It doesn't say what... Like, it doesn't give a countdown, because then people would just sit around... waiting for the countdown. It's nuts.
That kind of sucks because
it really sucks
if you walk up to it. But
that
also,
is that's a Nintendo solution to that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, what a convenient lie for a parent to tell a kid, sorry, it's not working again. Oh no, it's never right when we're there.
I would just bring a bunch of disguises, right?
Well, no, it's just on a timer. It's just on a timer. It has nothing to do with the face, the card.
No matter,
nothing.
You can't have, nobody else can buy one for 30 minutes.
Correct.
Yeah, you ruin it for everybody.
Like if we were hanging out together and you're like, I'm going to buy a pack, and I said, I want to buy a pack too, I'd have to wait 30 minutes after you because you ruined it for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
In that example, hypothetically.
It's become, the best way I can describe this is like, after NFTs fell off and after sneakers fell off or whatever, this is where all of those people have gone. And they're doing the same kind of things with Pokemon cards where they're in their little Discord groups and they're like, all right, guys, we're going to buy every copy of this Jinx card on the market. So then we can drive the price way up and say, whoa, this is a crazy rare card. This card's actually worth $80 or whatever. And so all the ones we bought for $5, because there's no more on the market, we bought all of them. Then we can, it's pump and dump schemes with Pokemon cards. And it's wild. It's a very wild situation that's going on. But we carry Japanese Pokemon cards because there's still a ton of people, myself included, who just want to open a pack of Pokemon cards. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it make you wish we were nicer about NFTs? Since we didn't want them, we could have just let these people have that, and then they wouldn't have had to come
siloed.
Yeah. Wouldn't have to take something we actually want.
So cool.
Hindsight.
Oh well.
Okay, so then we're back to the game part though, right now too, right? The last month, the best-selling game in the the flagship Seattle store in Vegas. Yes,
I think this actually is. I think I can put this as all together.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool, but no pressure if you can't. I guess while you do that, chat, you can guess what do you think is the biggest selling game in the last month. It's interesting because I guess this is a rare thing where it's like it's not just like what came out last month because it's primarily like
well, I'll spoil that a little bit. So technically the top selling games are, because they just came out, Pokemon Legends ZA, the Super Mario Galaxy 2 collection, not Battlefield. I mentioned this at the panel in Florida, but I way over ordered Battlefield. So if you would like a copy of Battlefield 6 for like a very large loss for me, please. I just
come
want
haggle.
them at the store.
Okay, so it's so it's not Wii Sports, and it's I guess I don't know if it's one of the ones you said, or if we should be thinking
the best selling things that aren't cards or keychains could also be consoles or controllers. I don't know if you want to count that or not.
Let's say just games for this.
Okay.
Chat says Pokemon.
Yeah, it's hard
if
not
it's
to
an older
imagine.
Pokemon, they said X and Y. If we're not counting the new one.
What else came out? Can't
Should
imagine.
Bonanza.
Arc Raiders physicals are doing much.
I didn't even know there was an Arc Raider physical.
I don't know if there is.
I should probably know that.
I feel like I would ask you if there was.
I don't think there is.
This is across both retro and new, right? You must have Odyssey had asked.
Yes, but she said it is.
There is no physical copy of Arc Raiders. God, you made me feel very stupid for a second there.
Classic prank.
I was like, how did I miss this?
Yeah, I think that Pokemon game, that new Pokemon game.
I'm gonna take the under and say Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Just to as a statement of humility about my connection to the gamers at large.
Sure.
They're out there doing that, I'm gonna say. Jeffa?
I'll say Mario Galaxy, but the old one, because people are going to look at that new compilation and say, that's not for me.
To remind them they want the old one to collect. All right, Kelsey, you got the answer?
I've got the answer. The answer is Pokemon Legends ZA.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know if the Switch 1 version or the Switch 2 version is selling better? And spoiler alert, Hyrule Warriors is in the middle of those two.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that. Well,
I'll say Switch 1.
I'm going to say Switch 1 also, especially because you can pay to upgrade it into a Switch 2 game if you really wanted to.
Now that Janet's got 1 point and Jeff and I have 0, I'm going to again have to take the under and say Switch 2.
It is the Switch 1 version, which I am also a little surprised about, though, because the Switch 2 version does play on the Switch 1. So you can just like
I gotta be honest. I don't think I knew that.
I did not know it until it arrived, and it said that on the cover, and I was like, "Oh,
they should advertise that more."
Yeah, I know.
Guess.
And then Mario Galaxy 1 actually did sell pretty well this month. It looks like we sold 5 copies between the stores, which is probably just as many as we got in this month. So did sell well.
Right on.
Do you think like this is more of a general question?
Do they always sell that well? Sorry, Janet.
They kind of do always sell that well, but it's still a good guess.
obviously your store is just your store, but something I notice when I shop retro is I feel like there's rarely like the new game in stock. But is that, I used to think, oh, I guess they don't stock that many. But do you think, no, they're just selling the ones they buy kind of early?
Oh, that really depends on the store. Some don't really mess with new games at all because, I mean, we make no money on them. And so it's more just like a nice thing to
be nice,
be able to provide the community and, in theory, drive trade-ins and stuff too. Like, oh, I'm going to trade towards this new game. That happens sometimes. I don't think it's a super substantial driver though.
Oh, I had another one from chat from earlier that was good. And this is also like a subjective question, but Kelsey, I'm sure you'll know the answer immediately. We can guess it right after I say it. This comes from Mally Firestorm. Question: what's a game you were the most excited to see that was sold from your inventory? Like when you make the sale, you're like, yes, this was like the peak thing I sold.
Yeah, the answer is always
some time. Well, I should probably guess it. Yeah,
you should guess it, but I'll give you a hint that it's not like a good game that I'm excited to see sell. It's not a good game. It's a very common. It's common games that we maybe have too many of that I'm excited to see sell.
Can we ask some follow-up questions, maybe to make it a little easier? Is it
Battlefield?
Is it like a pretty cheap? Yeah, I did think about Battlefield.
I'm always happy to see any Battlefield sell because we always have so many copies of all the old ones.
Is it like a relatively cheap game? And I'm going to label cheap as $15 or less?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Marked down. From lack of sales.
Is it for a handheld console?
No.
Okay.
Handheld stuff, even not great handheld stuff, sells fairly well.
Is it for a Nintendo console?
No.
I'm assuming not for current gen.
PlayStation All-Stars.
That's a good guess. No, not PlayStation All-Stars. It's not for a current console, no.
Ooh, it's not for a current console. Like the whole franchise isn't? Okay, so then that takes out
yeah, I guess not. It's not. I don't think the franchise expands beyond.
Okay.
Maybe it might have expanded one generation further. In fact, yeah, I think it did expand one generation further.
Okay, so that takes out. Chat's been guessing like the sports games, Just Dance, like that takes those out.
I've got to not look at chat. They've got great guesses for these.
Sports games are I mean, you guys are right about all of those things. Like FIFA, Madden. Yes, I'm always happy to sell those because we do always end up with too many of them.
I'm most excited. Is it I don't know. You know, I did my one stab in the dark. Do either of you want to just throw a game out there and then we can...
I'm hung up on the spilled with one generation over. It's trying to think of something that fits in that.
Do you want another hint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is used with some peripheral.
That's what I was thinking. My first thought was Hey You Pikachu, but that doesn't line up with the other clues. But yeah, peripheral is interesting.
And you say like it's kind of a bad
someone
game,
in chat has gotten the answer, by the way.
Ooh,
so whether or not you would like to look at chat.
I'm out there because I have chat open. So
yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And then chat is leaning on this answer. Is it Connect Adventures?
It is indeed Connect Adventures.
Shout out to Obscutory in the chat. It was Connect Adventures. And then everyone adding Connect Adventures trivia tower style, where it's like maybe I'll somehow be picked if I'm right after.
Yeah, it's Connect Adventures, and it is to the point where I saw on Reddit the other day some guy is collecting copies of Connect Adventures, and I messaged him and was like, if you pay shipping, I will send you like 20 copies of this game for free.
Wow.
Oh.
I hope he builds something with it, because I had an idea in my head a while back. I was like, what if we made a throne out of Connect Adventures boxes? But I don't think that'd be very stable. I think Xbox 360 boxes not.
That'd be fitting, huh?
Not very stable.
That would be kind of metaphorical. If you think about it.
Nice.
That's really funny. Do you have Connects for sale?
Yeah, and they're $6, and please buy them. And Connect Adventures is $1.
Oh wow, I'm losing money if I don't buy
for
these things.
$7. You can have some. Connect Adventures is not a bad game.
Next
just
week's
came
New
with
Show Plus Connected Adventures.
Yeah, it just came with every Xbox 360 pretty much. So it is. I agree that it is a good value for $7. If you are just like, especially if you already have an Xbox 360, and you're like, how can I entertain myself? For $7, you can do a lot worse.
I hadn't thought about that. That was the Wii Sports of the Kinect, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody asked.
And what's really funny. Sorry, what?
No, I was. Go ahead.
What's really funny about the Kinect Adventures thing, you know, we talked about Wii Sports on the podcast last week. Wii Sports is still going for $20 or $25, even though it came with every Wii, because it's just still that in demand. And I guess I think what's happening is a lot of people don't understand that you can like resurface discs and you can make them not scratched and terrible again. So I do think a lot of copies are being like thrown out or abandoned as like, this doesn't work, I need a new copy. Whereas we can fully repair those copies. So there's a lot of Wii Sports out there, but demand is high.
Interesting.
I was going to mention that Ray Luaza asked, how often do people buy Connected Adventures with the Kinect?
That is a good question.
People
not one I know how to
both?
answer with my point of sale scientifically, but
Or can you look up the last
I would
Connected
say
Adventure that sold?
usually. Oh, can I see the last one that sold? I think I can. One sec.
But you were saying they usually do buy both?
Yeah, I would say they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Starter
What is
kit.
the last one that sold?
Let's guess Price is Right on when the last one was sold. So close as days without going over. I'm going to say 15 days.
I was going to say like, I'm going to go really up there and say like 62 days ago. I think these things are moving slow.
I should just say 16 days, but I'll say 30 days.
Okay.
Chess is winning as a copy of the game to help Kelsey get rid of them. Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
I am trying to figure this out real quick, but I can say that we have only sold 25 copies of this game, and we probably get a copy in every week at least, if not multiple a week. And in the last 2 years, we've sold 25 copies total.
Can I say I'm feeling lucky? But you're not the point where you decline it yet.
Well, we kind of decline it now. It's like we cannot pay for any more copies of this game, and sometimes people are like, "Please take this off my hands anyway."
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, at least recycle it ethically.
Yeah, I don't ever want to see this again, please. Why can't I see when the last one sold? Sorry, I wish this was I got to get creative with some of how this of this works here.
Mm-hmm.
I have been taking some of them out of the inventory, mostly in preparation for sending them to this guy. So right now we actually only have 5 copies in stock. At least at the University District Store.
Better hurry, chat.
Better hurry. Oh, I also forgot I put a little alert that comes up when you try to buy a copy of it that says, "Please stop buying this. Maximum payout 5 cents." So
nice.
All right, give me another question while I try to figure out how to see when the last one sold here.
I don't know if this is easier. Also from Ray Luaza, it says, what is the second best-selling Kinect game? I don't know if you can filter, though, from peripheral.
Oh, they all have Kinect in the name.
In the name,
unless they don't. So I can probably at least tell you which one sold. It sells the best.
Yeah, and then I have
of the ones that
Crowboy
have
ready
Kinect in the name.
Of the ones that have Kinect in the name, so Dance Central wouldn't be qualified.
I mean, I can look at that one though. So if we want to look at the ones that have Kinect in the name plus Dance Central,
I gotta think it's Dance Central. Score by my count at this moment is Janet 2, Jeff 1, Leo 0.
Oh, I didn't realize we were scoring it.
I like that's being scored because I'm in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Which I just found out right now. Oh. It's all tied up at Fun to Fun, though.
Yeah,
chat.
It's about the knowledge.
And then shout to the person that 360 no scope the Connected Adventures. Like, I was never going to conjure that name.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, if you want just a subjective one while you're like looking up the objective one, Crowboy asked, is there a game, Kelsey, that you wish would sell more because it's a good game that people just don't know about?
That is a good question. I want to say Connect Adventures again. Obviously, that's a cop-out answer. So I'll come up with another one. Yeah, a lot of the ones that sell that are good do already sell pretty well. Even the ones that are like not as popular, you know, or not as well known.
Sure. We also have
Okay.
aging
I
poorly.
have
Oh, go
the
ahead.
answer for the Connect
Great.
one. And did you guys have guesses on that one? And I am including Dance Central 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Dance Central 2, just because honestly I don't know the Connect that well. But that's what I'll go with. Also, Dance Central was awesome. I think it was the most like good use of the Connect. It's like the best dance game because it really is like you're finally free.
your body.
And
is
I
the
don't know
controller.
about the Dance Central games that well. I've only played one of them once, but I picked 2 because I feel like 1, you had to be the early adopter, and I'm guessing the hype of 1 maybe propelled 2 to be like a big deal. That's just
Guitar
the
Hero
kinda,
2 style.
That's smart.
yeah, a little janky logic, but yeah. While you guys give your answers, chat. If you want the second most popular Connect game, now is the time to get that in.
I'm gonna say Dance Central 1 because the Connect was never hotter than when people hadn't tried it yet.
Okay.
Well, then I guess I'll write it and say Dance Central 3
When they really refined the formula.
because I can't think of another single Connect game. So
Yeah, and then Chad has Disneyland Connect and Connect Star Wars. Like 2 people mentioned the Star Wars dance game, I guess.
Which had it had a Just Dance Star Wars edition within it, yeah. Or Dance Central.
Yeah. I believe Leo is right. Dance Central 1
Wow.
is the best selling Connect
Yes.
game. Actually followed by 2, and then Star Wars, and then 3.
So Jim loses a point. That's crazy. And
that's
Yeah.
Take
I
my
mean,
point away.
Dance Central Star Wars was kind of your Beatles rock band spin-off.
I
was it
do
just
think
the Star Wars
it's the kind
characters
of
dancing?
thing.
With Star Wars parody songs. Parody versions of songs
That
with
sounds
Star Wars based
really
lyrics.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think
Yes,
people
about
pick
Star
that one
Wars.
up sometimes because it's very cheap and they're like, what? They made a Star Wars game for the Connect? That sounds worth $6 to try out.
Especially when the Connect is primarily ironic
Yeah.
in this day and age. Interesting. I want to ask, of course,
I have an answer. I have an answer for a silly game that should sell more. This is not like the definitive answer, but there was a 3DS and Switch game called Sushi Striker, which is a very basic little puzzle game, but that I killed a decent amount of time in. And it's like $6, and it's one of those, 3DS games have no problem selling whatsoever, but that one only sells when we're kind of out of all of the other, when we don't have a bunch of Zeldas, when we don't have a bunch of Pokemons, and someone's like, I really need a 3DS game, then they'll spend the $6 on it. But it's a $6 pretty decent 3DS game. I don't know.
Sushi Striker, The Way of Sushi Dough.
That's right. That's right.
Full name. Wow.
Wow. Did a Switch version. Wow, good for them.
Let's see if we have a copy in stock right now.
Is there anything more expensive? Well, I guess, yeah. I don't know what the most expensive game in your store is. I know the most expensive one we saw at Really Rad Weekend.
What is the most expensive one we saw at Really Rad Weekend?
Little Samson for NES, right? Where just the box with no game was going for $1,500.
I was very confused by that one because it did not say it was just the box.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what?
It's a surprise.
I don't understand what's happening here. This is like 1/4 of what this normally goes for. What am I missing?
But the game alone in the next case over was $3,400, I believe.
Yeah. And I think we sold our last copy, I want to say, for $2,700, something like that. And we had it not that long ago, actually. It was I think we sold it for $2,600. And that was like last month. So we have nothing even close to that right now. And the last one that was that expensive sold, or that was close to that expensive, was DuckTales 2 Complete in Box, which I believe was $900, but that finally sold last month as well. Oh, never mind. I know exactly what our most expensive thing is. You will never guess this because you don't know it exists. Because I don't think I would be shocked if anyone in chat knows this exists. So
should we guess system then? Maybe
it is a system.
Like just something. It's a system. Okay.
It is a system. It's a system that is not, I think, what you would consider an official system. It was like a Hong Kong release.
One of those football games where it's on the football and you gotta throw it to play.
No, it's like it's a whole console. Okay. And it actually plays games from another console.
Oh, is it no? Because you don't. Yeah, no way. It's not like a Nintendo PlayStation or something.
No.
Okay, because like it's not like a
quite wild. Yeah.
Chat says dev kit. I'm guessing no. It's like an actual. Like
not a dev kit. That's a good guess. Though.
And was this available for just like widespread commercial release?
If you lived in Hong Kong.
Okay.
But even then, I wouldn't say widespread. It was available for release.
Was it only like sold by one retailer?
That I don't know. I don't think there's enough research on.
Not me asking questions knowing I'm never gonna know the answer, but I figure maybe chat can use that and like do something with it. I'm not gonna know.
We have some good guesses in the chat, like the Panasonic Q and the Vectrex, the IQ. These are all very good.
Some weird CDI
expensive, obscure things. You guys are on a pretty good track, but I don't think anyone's ever gonna get this. So
okay.
It is called the Sega Dreamcast. Treamcast. Dreamcast.
Oh.
And I mean, I don't know that much about this system, but it is basically
a chill what just went through
a Dreamcast that has like a little screen built in, and it can play all regions of Dreamcast games. And it uses, I think it literally is built from like disassembled Dreamcasts. So like it is just sort of a disassembled and repackaged Dreamcast, and it was, I think just in Hong Kong.
I'm so curious with the translation, what the T instead of the D represents.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
What does it signify?
You mentioned that it was like, you might not, I don't know if you have the answer to this because you mentioned that you don't like know like a lot about this console, but you mentioned that it's like, it's official, but like also is kind of giving not official. Like, what do you mean by that?
That's sort of just how video games in Hong Kong worked. It's official in that it uses real Sega parts, so it's not like fully like a reassembled or a made from scratch bootleg. It's like it is a Dreamcast that they sort of modified, and Sega was not like happy about this. They were not giving the big thumbs up to this.
How much did that go for?
That one is selling for, I want to say it's 1,000, but let me double check.
That feels like a steal for what it is. No shade to Lil Samson. I'd rather have the weird screen.
Yeah, it is going for $999.
Yeah.
Miss Wallace, how did you get this console? Was it a trade-in? Was it like, at a con?
It was a trade-in. Yeah, I believe it was actually a trade-in in Vegas, and then it got shipped over to the Seattle stores for repair.
Nice.
But yeah, very strange, expensive oddity. I think it's the first one we've ever had in stock. I'd have to look through our previous point of sale to double check that. But
Aging Poorly earlier asked, what games have the biggest profit margins? And this could be like a specific game. It could just be general, like old Nintendo. But what would your answer be for that?
Yeah, basically always Xbox 360 games. If you're buying Xbox 360 games from a game store, they love you. Because it was just a very popular console that a lot of people had. And there's lots and lots of copies of all of these games. I mean, good games like your Call of Duties, your BioShocks, your Assassin's Creeds, like games that, you probably enjoyed and played. Grand Theft Auto 5. And every game store ends up with so many copies of each of these games that they eventually can't pay super well for them. I try to be pretty upfront about that with people. They bring out a big stack of Xbox 360 games. I let them know like, hey, just want you to know that we have dozens of copies of basically all of these games. It's not one of our, it's not a type of game we can pay particularly well for unless it's a rare game. And most people are like, that's fine, cool. But I try to be upfront with that because sometimes they're like, but you sell this game for $6. What do you mean 50 cents? And I'm like, yeah, but I have 60 of them. Like I can't keep paying super well for something that's coming in way faster than it's selling. So
yeah, just low collector
yes,
saturation for that console.
I think that's really what it is there's just not a lot of people collecting Xbox 360, which does make it a very easy collection to go for. You can almost always make deals with people on Xbox 360 lots and get things for less than they're worth. So if you wanted to build up an impressive collection quickly, that would be my suggestion.
Then wait 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then wait 20 years and see if anyone has nostalgia for the Xbox 360.
That's right.
I'm sure I will.
Just go to Planet Any.
Yeah. Crowboy asked if we've had a Game Boy sewing machine in the store. I'm trying to recall. I think we have, but not in years. I haven't seen one in quite a few years, but
besides that really rad weekend.
There was one at Really Rad Weekend that wasn't hooked up though, so I just had to kind of point at it and be like, that's what this is.
Yeah, that would have been better content if it was on, huh?
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
If you brought some stuff to sew, maybe.
Right.
I want to see if I can just pull up some fun stats for you guys while you guys are coming up with more items. Any guesses on the oldest item in the store? Now, this is not like, unfortunately, because we changed point of sales a year or two ago, this is probably not accurate. There's probably stuff older than this, but this is as far back as my inventory goes. And your hint is that it is an Xbox 360 game. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, wow.
Oh, like been there the longest then?
Yes, it has been there since we changed over our point of sale, which was over 2 years ago.
A copy of Connect Adventures.
It is item number 3
licensed?
in our inventory.
Is it a licensed game?
like
Shrek
from another
or something
property?
like that? Yeah, like a Shrek kind of vibe or something.
It's also, your other hint is it's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Both of the games in this came out for the same generation.
I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Army of Two Devils Cartel.
Okay.
Love
like
that. Love
good.
that guess. That's a great guess.
Thank you. It's a tough one. Any of the ones that come to mind are like probably come to mind for other people, and they also might want your cameo elements of power and what have you.
Yeah.
Someone's nostalgic for that.
A Plants vs. Zombies game that was on there. That's my guess. I wish I knew the real name of it, but I just feel like because you can play that so many other ways, it's like, why would you? I guess if you're going for the full set or something, then sure.
What you got, Jeff?
Oh, Army of Two is such a good answer, Leo.
Thank you. I hope Devil's Cartel is the second one.
I'll say like a like Ghost Recon Advanced Warrior 2, whatever.
Oh,
Whatever
that's
the heck
a very
that
good
would be.
answer.
Yeah.
All right. The answer is Crackdown 2.
Oh,
okay.
No one in chat got it either. That is item number 3 in our inventory. Do you guys have a favorite number? I can see if we have that item still in stock. There's
7.
not a lot of single digits and only a little bit of double digits, but if you give me like, I don't know, just give me some options here for favorite numbers. We'll see what's.
And we'll see what what things you have that number of.
Oh, no. I'm saying so that is item number 3. That's the third item we put in this point of sale, and it's still there.
I see. And that doesn't mean Crackdown 2s have come and gone above it. It would have been first in,
no,
first
it
out on
probably
Crackdown
does.
2.
It probably means that like a first in, first out is happening. I'm sure we've not sold 0 copies of Crackdown 2
Okay.
Yeah.
in these years. But you know what? I probably can tell you what we have sold 0 copies of. This is item number 277 that is still in from a little over 2 years ago. I think it'll tell me the exact date. Let's see.
And we have heard of this?
Probably not. How many Sega Master System games do you know?
As many as chat is willing to make me feel like I know by the
Yeah.
in the chat.
That's a weak area for me.
Yeah, this item has no transactions, 0 units sold. Came in July 31st, 2023. We've never sold a copy of this game in that time period. And it is a Sega Master
Monkey's
System
Adventure.
game.
Can you give us the
I don't
first and last and middle letters?
It starts with an E. It's 2 words.
2 words.
E2 words. Echo Dolphin.
Elephant.
Genesis.
Manor.
Elephant Man, the game.
E and 2 words. Earthworm Jim, says Aging Poorly.
It's also not on the Master
I figured
System.
it was. I kind of thought it might not be.
That was a good guess to me. Who doesn't know
The
anything?
only
Yeah.
Master System game I know is Alex Kidd. I didn't realize that was a Master System game.
Oh, Alex Kidd. Elix.
Alex Kid?
Yeah.
Elix.
His twin
Kid.
brother.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we have nothing forward to offer.
All right.
you
The
in
answer is
pyre.
Enduro Racer. We have 3 copies of this game. We've never sold one. This came in mid 2023.
What was it called?
This is funny. Enduro Racer.
Enduro Racer.
Sure.
Crowboy said it the same time you said it and said I cheated and looked up games.
Googled video
That's valid.
games.
Thank you
Is
for
that
your
the
honesty.
only Master System game that starts with an E and is 2 words?
It might be.
Could be.
It might be. Let's see. We could do like oldest game in a certain category. Like, is there a system we want to, like, what's the oldest, PlayStation game we have or something like that?
What if we did handheld system that sells the most? Something with fewer total things.
Okay. Handhelds are a
Guess
little
from.
difficult because all of the colors are listed separately.
Oh.
So I got to do a little bit of math.
Okay, we just do which color DS sold the most.
Sure, yeah.
And now I have my really good answer to that coming up. I feel like if white counts, it's got to be
There is a
up
white
there.
DS Lite, so your
Yeah.
answer's
That's what I picture when I picture DS Lite.
okay.
Or picture DS, really. And then what, it's silver for the original one? Tungsten?
I think it's called Polar White. No,
Mm.
what is it called? What is this thing
I have
called?
the black one.
I
I'm gonna go with the black. What was there a Pokemon version of the DS Lite? Though I can't imagine that being the most
but
selling.
I'm gonna give you.
Right.
I'm gonna give you an out on that one. The special editions are definitely not gonna be the best selling ones.
I'll just go black. It's boring. That's one I had.
I think pink. Not just
Which
for Pink
pink?
Gorilla. Which
There's
pink?
a metallic rose and a coral.
Coral. I think for people buying one out of nostalgia, that's a color that you go, ooh, I'd love to have a cute little one like that. So I'm going to say coral.
I'll say silver.
Okay. I gotta check all these one
Yeah.
by one, unfortunately.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm working on it. Working on it.
Answers coming in.
About how many colors are there to be checking?
Yes. A lot.
Is there a blue out there?
Okay.
I associate blue more with the 3DS. This is really just for whenever I bought or saw people buy theirs and like what color it
Ooh.
was.
White is in the lead so far.
Okay. Okay.
What else is new?
Just so far.
Another regular day.
Oh, wait, hang
I'll
on.
turn it around.
Do you have a way
Might
to
be-
fix
it
a
might
broken
be.
hinge on a DS? That happened to mine.
No, there's
We
no
have
way.
a repair person. Does no
Actually,
one?
black is in the lead now. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
Yeah. Janet's got one for everything.
Yeah. After that,
Oh,
it starts to get a
gosh.
little bit like it turns on me, so I'll probably just end it with the white and the black. But
Okay.
it starts to come back around
yeah, I was
in a
getting
bad way for me.
confused
So
there's it lists it differently for loose and complete in box. So we've sold more complete in box white DSs than black DSs, but more total of the black DSs.
But the black ones are more
a couple
well
more
loved.
to check. Couple more to check.
Do you, as you check
There's
those,
a couple
I guess,
that I'm not checking because I know that like the limited editions and really rare ones are obviously not going to be the one. I'm going off the ones that I see the most in the store, like the cobalt and black one. Let's see how that one's doing. Ooh, it's close. It's right behind black, but
And coral's
not
just a
quite.
joke.
Kinda.
Yeah, right on.
We've sold a decent
probably
amount.
like hard
of,
to find. I get maybe it just doesn't come in as much kind of vibe.
I think it's that. I think it just doesn't come in quite as much.
But maybe you do it by like percentage sold to amount that come in, and maybe we do it based off that. For the point.
See. Yeah.
Just an idea.
They all.
This is
How much math can we make Kelsey do on the
Okay,
fly?
I think we have a winner.
Okay.
It is the Crimson and Black DS Lite.
Oh.
The one that's got a red top and a black bottom. That is. I'm curious about metallic rose versus coral, though.
The
I remember
U2
seeing
DS.
this guy.
Yeah.
This is a
there's some,
classic
like,
DS.
no metallic roses. But also,
Okay,
are my employees naming these correctly when they have complicated names? Who knows?
Do you
Coral
have any
pink is
data?
substantially above metallic rose, so I feel like in a sense you got something about that correct at least.
Oh, great.
Do you have any data on the Nintendo 3DS Choto Peach Club Nintendo console? Like, have you sold that?
No, we've never sold that one. No.
Damn.
I have I can look at price chartings data on that because that'll just be.
I saw this
times it's
in a store,
sold.
didn't know what it was, said, hey, how much is this? And they said, shh, you're wasting time even asking. And I was like, okay, rude, but yeah, I don't know. I see it on eBay for like $1,800, right? It's expensive because it's, what was this, only released in like one region or something like that? I think.
Oh wait.
It's so cute. It's one of the cutest consoles I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, I can't spend the money I need to eat and live on this thing.
Yeah, there were 1,000 of them. This is a 3DS though, not a.
Yeah, 3DS. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there were 1,000 of them, and so.
See,
yeah,
was I dumb for not buying it? Should I just have said we'll figure it out later?
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure out.
I should say I'm dumb or not.
No. I'm trying to figure out how much, if it's got some sales data on it or not. At least
it was so beautiful.
Charting.
It was so much money. In Impulse, like almost $2,000. That's well beyond my level of Impulse.
Someday.
Oh, hang on. Maybe I have to look at Japan.
Simon Moon asked a question I liked. What's the most satisfying repair to make? I remember you soldering new batteries onto old cartridges on an old New Show Plus.
That's the easiest one for sure.
It looked fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might just be batteries because it's a real quick thing and it's very like, there was a time where I was really, really fast at it. And so you could, get a big stack right next to you and just get them all done really quick.
What about satisfying in the sense of not a lot of people are repairing these, so we're doing something important by getting them back in
Absolutely
circulation?
PS2 controllers, and I can't do them, but my repair guy repairs them. And there was a time where you like kind of couldn't repair those, so he took a week or two of R&D time and figured it out because he's a very smart guy.
Nice.
Janet, it looks like they've only sold. Price Charting only has data on a handful of these Choto Peach editions. So we've got a sale from 2023, 2024, 2025. A couple loose sales from 2025, although I don't know if I believe that. Yeah, the oldest one they have data on is from 2022, and it went for $700 in 2022.
Well, that's so much cheaper than what I saw. I saw it for definitely a band or more.
Well, I think that is what it goes for now. But in 2022, you could have invested.
I could ask at my store, did you ever sell this thing? They probably sold it like the next day. Someone asked an interesting question, especially in your panel. You talked about how the fat PS3s are just constantly like dying, and they're like, you repair them and they'll just break again because of how they're designed. Obviously,
Yeah.
this probably
At
isn't
least the
as
backwards
extreme, but
compatible ones.
yes, the chunky boy. Mystical Odyssey says, what DS is the best to own? DS, DS Lite, DSi? Like, I guess, is there like a repair longevity thing to think about with those 3 SKUs, or is it kind of just fair game?
All of them are probably going to be fine, unless you're dropping it, and then good luck, or opening it really hard and fast and breaking the hinge. They might need new batteries over time, but batteries are very replaceable. I think my personal preference is the DS Lite. I think the only one that I would say is more breakable than the others, between all of those, though, is the original DS. It is a lot easier to snap the hinges on those on accident. So I would go with either a DS Lite or a DSi. I always say DS Lite because then you can play Game Boy Advance games too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't surprise. That's what I would picture. There's something about the original DS feels like a mini DVD player at this point. Like bulkier and the DS Lite is a solid little thing.
And by the way, when I said that there's no repair for broken hinges, what I mean by that is you need to buy an entire new top screen and a new shell, which is more than the cost of a DS.
Yeah.
So it's not repairable, but unless it's like a very special childhood one to you, it's probably not worth it to repair.
Then we gotta take the DS out back and let it go.
Yeah. Kind of like
Cowboy says, was I dumb?
It's not worth fixing.
Cowboy says, was I dumb for not buying Harvest Moon SNES for 150-ish when I had the chance? As the charting now says it goes for 300 loose.
Depends on the year. That may have been what it went for in that year. If it was like last week though, then yeah, kind of. Sorry.
Yeah. Follow up, Nusha Plus. Am I dumb? And we just like, hey, save space. I need you to tell me if I messed up.
Am I dumb?
Yeah, this is valid. I've been beating myself up for this.
Yeah.
What do you guys think has sold more, the PS2 Fat or the PS2 Slim?
I think the Slim now. I think I know people like are desperate for the fat one, but I don't know. It's hard not to think about the things
in our store, obviously, specifically, not overall.
Yeah. I'll go with the Slim, but people are like, they are ravenous for that chunky boy. They want him so bad, and I understand
that was the only one that was backwards compatible, right?
No, they're actually both backwards compatible.
Oh.
Yeah, but the fat goes back to the one, right? Is it the difference? The other one's just to the two?
No, they both.
Oh.
No, we're talking about PS2s.
Oh, PS2s. Okay.
Yeah.
You said so the regular or the Slim. Oh, damn. You know, I'm gonna go regular. I think I'm gonna go regular. I'm just gonna go. It just feels right. When I think of a PS2, that's the shape that I picture. I feel like the Slim, it feels flimsier, and I wonder if people would, I don't know if that would influence their decision or something, even if it's not like necessarily logical, but
I would go Slim.
I'm going to throw a small wrench into this and say that there are a couple of different colors that were released of the Slim, and I am going to add all of those together.
Okay. So
far, most of these colors have been fairly uncommon, but
yeah,
just something to keep in mind if you're counting.
If I bought one today, I probably would buy the Slim, I guess.
Me too.
Like, I don't know.
It's like if you're buying it, you're realistic about the amount of time you're going to be playing it versus other things. And it makes sense to have a Slim profile on your entertainment center.
Just as fat because of the modding potentially for people. I guess it depends on how much people care about that. I know I don't do any of that. So, and I think that's not super uncommon to not, be tinkering.
Yeah. Interesting to want to mod an actual PS2 at this point versus just emulating.
I feel like anything, and I think this is just in my head, but anything past like PS1, I'm like, emulation can't be that great for it. It's too modern. That's too difficult. And I know that's absolutely not the case, but
yeah.
Yeah. PS3's iffy and stuff, but PS2 has gotten really good. I've heard from prisoners in jail.
Have you all guessed?
Jeff,
everyone guessed?
Slimmer,
Yeah,
large.
I'll stick with the big
I mean,
one,
Janet's
regular one.
winning, right?
Yeah, I don't know why you said it like that, but yes, I think by like 1 point.
Well, then I guess I have to go slim with Leo because otherwise,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand.
rigging the game.
I understand.
I'm sorry, guys. Janet is correct. It is the fat PS2. Even after adding all of the slim models together,
Wow.
we've still sold more of the fat PS2. I think that's going to change pretty rapidly here because the fats are getting harder and harder to repair. There's no reliable source of lasers anymore. And trust me, I see the ones that are listed online on like Alibaba and whatever. If you order them, they cancel your order. I have tried many times. They don't actually have them. They're just advertising them.
Interesting.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very annoying though. I keep sending stuff to my repair guy and being like, they have them actually, and he's like, no, I tried. They just canceled my order. Oh, okay.
Do you attribute more base PS2s to just more being around, or do you think it is what people prefer?
I think it's that, and I do think that they are. I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm not the one repairing these, but when we had lasers that were plentiful, it seemed like the outbox of repairs filled up with more of the fat PS2s than of the slim PS2s. They are easier to make bundles for. The slim PS2s use like a proprietary power brick that, is outside of the system, whereas the PS2 has all of that inside the PS2, so you just used a regular old, square on one end, round on the other end.
Yeah.
Kind of cable. But yeah, so I think that's going to change. But as of right now, the fat PS2 edges it out by 11 consoles. We've sold 11 more.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Huh. So Jeff and I were super close to coming back and winning.
You were pretty close. Yeah.
Chat, any other questions for Kelsey before we wrap it up here? And Kelsey, any other interesting statistics you think would surprise people?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything fun here. We could just do let's see. I'm gonna do monthly by category here. See what we've got. What other than Pokemon cards, which system type do you think has sold the most? Like games, consoles, accessories?
GBA.
Switch.
Because I love it, so I just picked it.
DS?
That's a better one.
It is Switch by a huge margin.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Switch by a whole heck of a lot.
The new blood coming in to kill.
Yeah. Ooh, which system has had the most returns this month? System type. So games and accessories and consoles.
Most returns.
Game Boy? I don't really know why though. I feel like they're really sturdy though. I don't know. But maybe it's like it turns out the game's really hard. I don't know. Yeah, check and get on this too.
The returns to see if there's like a fun, like what are they returning them for thing.
I wonder.
Xbox is a good one because of the from chat. Like a Red Ring of Death vibe, or like I don't know.
We don't sell the original Xbox 360s, by the way, for that reason. Is because the return rate is
mistaken
just too
moms
high.
and dads. Yeah, but what are they mistaken about? I do think it might be. Is it just Switch again? Is the answer just always Switch? Like when you it's
no, the answer is not Switch.
I'll say current gen Xbox, modern Xbox.
Leo is. Oh, sorry, Jeff. Did you make a?
No.
Yes, yet? Sorry.
No, I
Leo's
got
not
nothing.
Quite right. Okay. But he's almost right because it's Xbox One, and we had 2 systems returned, and 2 games and a what do you call it? Like an external memory card, like a Seagate game drive, 2 terabyte was returned.
Does it say like why?
Let's see.
Like not feeling it, or
Is
like
it literally they thought it was.
Well,
the new
one
one
was a scam actually. This month, one was a guy, and I had to have a conversation with the employee about this, unfortunately, but one was the person bought it and then swapped with their broken Xbox and brought back the broken one and said it's not working. Which we take down serial numbers and put on like, void stickers and everything, void if removed stickers to prevent that sort of thing. But, mistakes happen. So 2 consoles. I can't tell why the other one was returned. It does not say.
I can't imagine.
It's probably just it didn't work. I know the games are often returned because people just they're like, oh, I already had this one at home, or every once in a while, this is too similar to another game I had, which is, I think one of them was like a wrestling game, and he had already bought a wrestling game or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Any other parting strange things here?
Yeah, this is, I think, also more sort of subjective, just off of vibes, but you can also use the POS if it makes sense. Carver says, is there a noticeable rise in sale for a console's games when analog or similar companies announce a new console like the Analog Pocket or the Analog 3D?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Cool.
There's a rise. The biggest change in demand was actually when they did that TurboGrafx PC Engine one. Because we went from that being a super niche thing that hardly anyone ever asked about to actually getting quite a few calls about it, and we had to just be like, I'm sorry, like not often, but we sometimes have 0 games for those systems.
Yeah.
Usually I have at least some of the Japanese PC Engine ones, but TurboGrafx, like, that is not getting traded in very often. So that's, not much I could do about that. I'll answer a couple other quick ones real quick. What percentage of trade-ins you turn down because of bad disc quality? We can resurface most of them, unless it is a Blu-ray. Blu-ray things, you can get rid of really tiny scratches, but you can't really like sand a Blu-ray, So we don't have to turn down a lot of stuff, but we have started turning down items, and this will sound very obvious, but where the cost of resurfacing is worth more than the game itself. So, a Madden 2011 that's really scratched up will be like, okay, this will cost us more to get this in sellable condition than we will sell it for. But it's probably not a very high percentage.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious about this question from Zombie. What's the most asked about item that you don't normally have in the store?
It's usually Pokemon games, and we have them quite often, but they sell far more than, far faster than we can keep up with the demand for it. So the one that's probably asked for the most is probably either Pokemon Emerald or maybe Pokemon Platinum. We get a lot of, or actually Heart Gold and Soul Silver are probably the most asked for. The DS Pokemon generation and the Game Boy Advance Pokemon generation are the most popular ones. For something a little bit more obscure, still not obscure, but all PS1 and PS2 horror games. So Silent Hills and Fatal Frames and stuff like that are always very highly sought after, and we just don't get enough of them traded in. That feels like a people tend to keep their horror games. Like, they tend to not let them go after playing them.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I do too. I don't really play horror games, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, they want to protect you from getting scared.
Someone asked if we are still unpacking all the stuff from the guy who sent in all the boxes from the Metal Jesus Rocks video. We bought an enormous collection. I know we've paid him out over $50,000 at this point. I don't know exactly how much it is because that's all happening in Vegas, but I do believe they still have some stuff in there, but it's down to like the Skylanders and stuff like that at this point. It's the stuff that's not quite as exciting to go through.
When's the last time you sold a Skylander?
They have started ticking back up a little bit. There is some nostalgia for
the little boo-boos,
the Skylanders. I don't know. I have no idea.
This might be a cute one to end on. How many copies of your book were sold this year, or like sold at a store?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's see. At
It's
the
both a
U
question and a
District
plug,
store,
so
230.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
that's like quite.
And let me
does that
see if I can
feel like
add
a
it
lot
all
to you?
together real quick.
feels
Oh wait, maybe
pretty
this is
high.
for all of them. Let me see if that's every store combined. It's not very clear about whether that's every store combined
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah, it feels like a good amount.
Yeah, 230,
Nice.
and
Very
that's
cool.
not counting our website sales. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, not too bad. I
Not
should have
too
looked
bad.
into that one before.
And what's the title of that book for everybody?
It's Animal Crossing. That's it. That's the whole title.
Just Google Animal
by Kelsey
Crossing.
Lewin. Yeah, just
Yeah,
Google
and
Animal
Boss Fight
Crossing by
books.
Kelsey Lewin.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's boss fight books. So it's the whole book is just about. It's mostly about the original Animal Crossing, but the original Animal Crossing means several Animal Crossings because came out on the N64 and then several iterations on the GameCube in Japan. So yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing your insights with us, Kelsey. You've got Pink Gorilla stores in Seattle and Vegas, and follow you on Instagram. And what kind of plugs you got for Pink Gorilla?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all of them. We do have a website, pinkgorillagames.com, but it is just for merch and things of that ilk. Unfortunately, we don't do a ton of shipping of the actual games. Just a time demand space thing, but yeah, there's merch and plushies and that sort of thing available online. And then yeah, if you're in Seattle or Vegas, we're easy to find.
Cool. And congrats, Janet, on winning.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Did we?
It was
did
tough
we work
because
on
I
a prize?
didn't know anything about anything, but I knew a little bit less, a little bit more than I guess everybody else. So it worked out. You sensed it. You sensed the answers.
You go shopping at retro game stores every once in a while, so I feel like that probably
that
already
definitely-
elevates your knowledge.
That
a little
definitely
bit.
can't help. I did cheat by shopping more than everybody else.
And you know nothing, but lucky for you, Jeff and I knew negative information. So
yeah,
it
that's
worked
what
out.
that's really what I bank on for a lot.
Yeah.
Peddling
For a lot of the
time.
stuff, I'm just like, okay, I just got to be above the other people that don't know anything, you know. But yeah, thank you for using your system for this. I know it was a little challenging because it's like not made for
'Cause it's
content,
not
it's made
great.
for work.
If we did this again, I honestly think it would be more interesting to go back. I'd have to do like a remote into the store computer, but I could look at our old point of sale, which actually is better at reporting. And we could look at stuff, but it would only go to like mid 2023, but it would go from basically the beginning of the store to mid 2023. So
Pink Gorilla Origins.
yeah.
Okay, well, Backstage Pass patrons will be voting on that next week if we do a prequel episode with prequel information or if we make a new show. So stay tuned. This week at MinnMax, Kyle Bosman is kicking off his tenure as guest host at the MinnMax show. So stay tuned for that. We're recording on Wednesday evening for Backstage Pass patrons. We've got a very special guest for that. And basically, we're just going to be keeping our heads above water while Ben Hansen raises his baby daughter. So everybody root for us. And him, I guess.
Every week, we let Patreon supporters choose which new show we create with New Show Plus. Should we create another episode of the show you just watched? Check out the biggest new game release? Get into Sea of Thieves? Create an exercise show? It is your call. So thanks to everybody who subscribes on YouTube or supports us over on Patreon. MinnMax exists because of you. As always, if you enjoy MinnMax content, any help telling a friend is appreciated.